this place, it is more than appreciated.
Did you hear what I heard, though?
Ooh.
On the character screen, one of them is playing Joker, and it's actually going to be Q. Meanwhile, Branden is bringing out the Ganondorf, which I did not see at all yesterday in Squad Strike.
I mean,
oh, wait, no, never mind. Q is bringing out the Ganon. Branden is playing Joker, which I did see in Squad Strike. So this is much more expected to me, and that's why I was confused. But we're all good now.
Yeah, no, hey, we're chilling. But, yeah, this is going to be Branden, who's going to be able to just move in and out. Q's going to have to do a lot of sitting back, letting the game come to them, and then hitting upon the counterattack. Luckily, those hits deal a whole lot of damage, which is why you're seeing an even scoreboard. I mean, even if you win neutral, like 70% of the time, that might not be enough in order to get a significant lead, especially against a heavy that can hit like a Mack truck like Ganondorf.
That 30% of the time could very well result in you losing the game. Any proficient Ganon, any proficient heavy is going to be able to take those wins for all that they're worth, but well, Branden is going to be able to get the first stock there with that landing back air. Now still has a little bit of Arsene left to work with. No, it's gone, but 36.9% before it's taken away, and still a lot more left to do. Great use of the up B out of the up air to be able to just get that little bit of extra percent, and I'm already loving how Branden uses unorthodox extensions to get that little bit of extra percent on their combos, but no more percent will be gained on this stock as the landing back air connects.
That is perfectly okay for Branden. And if I'm Q, I'm maybe not getting as happy with the buttons as perhaps I should. You know that Branden is going to be hard to grab a hold of. You need to find a way to keep Branden's feet on the ground so that you can land those hits just a little bit more consistently. Make them afraid to jump in the air. Whatever anti-air options you have, you gotta be able to throw them out. Just try to catch and time those jump ins and really make them doubt their, make them lean on AHA, where they're maybe committed to that for a little bit more often.
But it's a little bit easier said than done, Stu. Joker, of course, one of the best characters in the whole game. Ganon, of course, one of the worst. So it is going to be very, very hard to find those inroads that you mentioned. And in this situation, it's going to be very, very tough for Q to find their way back in the game, especially while there's a full Arsene meter out, 62%, and that air dodge off the stage. That down air wasn't even necessary, but he went for it regardless just to make sure absolutely that it was closed out. And that's going to be game number one going in the favor of Branden.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you're never playing anything by the tier list. Everything that happens on paper, you can throw that out once the game starts, because at the end of the day, it is you versus the other player, and the values that you the character can say everything about the values that you hold and what you value in a character, and perhaps what you can exploit in the game in order to find success within it. What beyond that, though, it really is you piloting this thing, and it's going to be your proficiency on display as we're going to Smashville for game number 2. So Q,
I like this choice.
Yeah, no, keep the stage a little bit smaller, a little bit less room to move around, less room to get in and out. Maybe makes approaching a little bit easier for Q.
Yeah, and another thing that a lot of people neglect to mention on Smashville is being able to hold control of that top platform and only platform. And Ganon, well, he's actually one of the best in the whole game at taking control of that using his up smash. It's very, very good, and it covers a very, very wide portion of that area, but the use of the down gun from Branden going to come out and make sure that Q cannot make it back to stage. So an early stock taken, and this should be a big damage combo, especially on low percent Ganon. The drag down comes out, but no extension from the up B, at least not this time.
Yeah, really trying to get these up airs, just drilling into them. I don't even know how you invert your body like that, but Q is getting a first-hand lesson. And not one that they particularly asked for. That's just unsolicited advice, Branden. That's pretty rude. Either way, gonna approach with that grab after tacking on that damage off stage, looking for the downward guns. Q says no thank you and gets the backhand to the face. And yeah, that gets shielded upon. Yeah. Immediately punished. You're sent off of the stage by your own volition. Branden helps with the rest. Now
Arsene coming out. This is going to be a fantastic opportunity for Branden to close it out here, and now gets the up air into the fair. Now chasing all the way off stage, but Q just barely makes it back past the onslaught. Might not get to touchdown on the stage for very long, though, because that down air up smash comes out. Yep. And then on the landing, the Tetrakarn to take out the up air. That's going to be the stock. That's going to be the game. And Branden moving on. A fantastically played set with that Joker.
I gotta give a whole lot of credit to Q for even just that character selection, maybe knowing that it could have been a losing battle, but at the same time, Branden, yeah, kind of rocked him. And that's
Rocked.
played the matchup as it was meant to be, knowing that consistency is king. You need to win. You need to win neutral with that character, and you did. All you needed to do is that little bit of chip damage, nickel and dime 'em, and eventually you got enough nickels and dimes, you'll find yourself with $1.
Right, and the big thing too is that Brandon didn't even need to worry about as much nickel and diming in that matchup as a lot of other characters would have to against Ganondorf, and that's because Joker has every single tool necessary to just eviscerate them off stage, and that's going to be, you know, the falling bear, the rising bear, using down gun, literally any hitbox off stage. Because Joker is so mobile in those situations, it's so very easy for a player, especially a player as proficient that we saw as Brandon, to just drop off and say, my stock, hand it over.
Yeah, and that's going to be Brandon. Moving on, we'll have to see how far they can go. I think they were proficient enough to maybe make a dent in this bracket, but I got to say, no matter what, even the people who will bust her out in 0-2, they're still winning because they're hanging at the Kalahari
They're here at
Resort.
Low Tide City.
At Low Tide City and the Kalahari Resort. I'm talking up this venue. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the first major that I went to was the predecessor to Riptide over in Wisconsin Dells, and the 5th edition of that. I got to say, this was still being built when that tournament was going on. This is brand spanking new, and I mean, this is an absolute paradise. What else is there to say about the Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, Texas?
It's absolutely fantastic. Even if there's not a Smash tournament going on here, which I hope there will be another iteration of Low Tide City in the future, because I would absolutely love to attend again. But even if there's not a Smash tournament going on here, there's so much to do. There's a water park, there's a gigantic arcade, there's so many activities around here, so many fantastic restaurants. So if you get the opportunity to make your way to the Kalahari Resort here in Round Rock, make sure you do it, because if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. It's just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, no, seriously, take your family here. You need a vacation? Maybe you're really willing to drop a little extra to make it magical? Yo, you already know. Indoor water park. You got a gigantic arcade. Walking into that arcade now
is so
as an
cool.
adult, it felt like walking into Discovery Zone or Chuck E. Cheese the first time as a kid, bro. Like, that is, it was as magical to me as that. And maybe 2 other individuals looking to make